Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Erica, as I said, will join us as soon as she gets back to the casa. Do we have anyone from the public attending?
I'm gonna move Jeff over, but other than that, no.
No? Okay. So we have numerous minutes to approve.
Hold on just 1 second, Rich.
Okay,
If anybody that's logged in would like to speak, can you please raise your hand electronically and I'll unmute you? We do, Rich. Give me 1 sec.
go right ahead.
Miss Farrell?
Hi, I just want to say hello. My name's Amy Verrill. I've been in contact with Sarah, and I'm sort of, I live in Norwalk and I'm a ISA certified arborist and landscape architect. So she suggested I pop in on a meeting.
Yeah, thanks, Amy.
Thank you for attending.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We have no one else, Rich.
Okay. So we'll move on for approving the minutes, first for May.
I'm pretty sure, Daleen, I gave you any comments last time that you probably would have incorporated on those 2 earlier months,
Uh,
but I'm not worried about those.
we didn't do them, Peter.
I don't think you did, Pete, because we didn't do anything with them.
Okay, I thought I
We didn't
had.
have yeah, because we didn't have a quorum.
Yeah, I know we didn't approve, but
If you want to go through them, have any changes, you can just send them to me if you want to.
I mean, I'll go through them. I don't think I'm looking at August right now and I don't see
Okay.
the order.
Okay.
So a motion to approve, May. Anyone?
I can make the motion if no one's gonna make it.
So a motion to approve May minutes then?
Yeah, I'll make the motion. I'll make a motion to approve May's minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read them.
They will approve May's.
Don't we have to get a second?
Motion to approve June's minutes.
Motion to approve June's minutes.
I think I'm good with those. So,
June minutes are approved then.
Okay.
And August minutes.
I'll make that motion, so moved.
I was not at August. Any seconds on that?
let me just finish the last paragraph.
Go right ahead.
All right, nope, I think you got it. It's fine, seconded or motion to approve, whatever you need.
August minutes approved. Moving on, we have the capital grant. Sarah?
Yeah, so just an update for fall planting season. We have roughly 60 tree locations staked and marked. Gay has been handling a number of tree requests in the Wolf Pit neighborhood area. We also are adding a healthy amount of trees near Wilton Avenue, where we'd already planted in the spring. So in that neighborhood, we'll have around 90 trees over the last 3 years planted.
Wow.
I've got quite a few going in over by Strawberry Hill near Naremac Elementary School. Between Gay and I, we have a couple in like Flax Hill, Brookside neighborhood, and then just a few in Rowayton. That's what's been staked out so far. The next couple spots that I'm gonna be going to, we have a number of requests in East Norwalk, so I'll probably share that with you, Gay. There's a couple private requests. There are some more requests near Norwalk Cemetery area, so it's kind of near Wilton Avenue, Catherine Street, adding over there. And then calf pasture, we had to do a couple of removals, since I've started in December of last year. Just a lot of Norway maples that are way past their point of maturity, losing their tops, just really strained at the beach. So we want to replace a number of those, some this fall, but probably more in the spring.
So those replacements would be deciduous trees, large shade trees.
Yeah, at Shady Beach, there's some spots where I was thinking like eastern red cedars, a little bit more kind of like windbreak areas. You know where like the restroom is in the middle of Shady Beach Park, like between Beach Road and the beach.
I mean, I'm concerned along the roadway edge. Those would be canopy trees.
Yeah, there's not many to come down there. It's actually within like near Ripka's and Shady Beach. That's where we took down, I think, 5 or 6 big Norway maples that had to go. So it's a tough one, and I've already spoken to Olmsted, who will be doing that planting, and they're gonna need to be staked and, kind of keep an eye on them.
Yeah, so then comment, in terms of windbreak, just keep a thought about security. In terms of
Yeah.
parks and evergreens to the ground may not be the thing to use.
Visibility, yeah. It's a tricky spot to plant though. It's just very exposed, so.
Salt too.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, we've been working through tree requests, quite a few. I know Gay's put out a lot of feelers, but she can talk about that with the tree liaison section. That's about it. Want me to go on?
Are you have a specific species for down by Shady Beach in mind?
No, and I'm happy to take suggestions. I haven't even started that planting plan yet, so. We're trying to plant later in the season. I'll try to get them, the species so they can procure sooner than that, but trying to do it when there's less people over there.
Cause we planted, what were the varieties we planted on Beach Road, Peter? Remember?
I'm thinking linden and I could pull a plan. I'm sure we'll have a plan somewhere.
Maples,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and we can go into the software too and just pull out what we had planted too, because all of those had been located.
Right, and that's why I brought it up, sir. We had a mix of 3 trees on Beach Road, picked so they were not a monoculture, but picked so they provided, shade tree canopy on Beach Road. Because the median is small flowering trees and they don't
Yeah.
provide any shade.
So kind of along Taylor Farm.
Farm, yeah.
Okay,
We did quite a few of those over the
Yeah.
years there, all the way up to Marvin School.
Right, and the thing about Taylor Farm is historically it's an open landscape. So down by Beach Road is great, but in the farm itself would be sort of counter, what's what I'm looking for? It would be sort of against historic principles to start cluttering Taylor Farm up with trees. It's a great open pasture landscape that is sort of pulled out on the interpretive signs. It was the
Yeah.
dairy farm, was it not?
At one point, yes.
It's actually one of the best sort of unaltered landscapes in Norwalk. It's been non-constructed. It represents the sort of natural topography that we see along the waterfront. It's really quite a cool piece of property.
Yeah,
It
it's
does.
pretty big.
one of the main open spaces that we have, so it's, yeah. So Rich and Peter, if I were to send you guys like a mapped area of where I'm looking to plant on the beach, I can kind of X out the trees that were removed. Would you guys want to take a look?
Yeah, I'll go down and take a look, see.
That'd be very helpful.
Yeah, send that over to me, email, that'd be fine. And then tree planting contracts for watering reports. Been a dry September so far.
Dry September, Olmsted sent over their watering list today, so they're fulfilling their contract obligation. Minutemen, I was a little late to ask them, but I'll have it by the end of the week, so I don't have their report for this month.
Tell them they definitely gotta keep an eye on it because it's, I think I heard the third driest September since they've been keeping records right now.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Yeah, and then we had all that
haven't had
rain.
in
We
quite
had
some
all the
time.
rain and then it stopped.
Okay, so we'll look for an update next month on that.
Mhm.
And then, thank you very much. And then tree liaison updates, Gay?
Yes, so just to add on to Sarah's, feedback, we had 15 residents. I reached out to all 15. 8 have responded. I kind of pursue it multiple times, so I'll probably hear back from the others. We've got a total of 8 trees so far on private residence that will be going in. One resident only wanted a row of bushes, so he was a little upset that we didn't have trees to provide for him, bushes to provide for him. So in addition, I also staked out 2 trees for Bramble Lane.
Mhm.
There's a cul-de-sac there and a large piece of land. So we put some river birch in there. And then also nearby Union Street on the east side, that was staked with 4 trees. And that's it so far. So there's 2 more meetings this week, a couple of more meetings next week. So we'll see how that goes. And then you're gonna pass along, I'm sure you're gonna
Another
have
batch.
another batch, and that's okay. That's all right.
Gay said she's enjoying it though,
I am
so.
having fun.
That's good.
Great, thank you, Gay. And then is Jeff with us for Tree Alliance?
I have not seen Jeff and I hadn't gotten any kind of an email or text, did you?
No, Jeff is
Oh,
on.
no, he's on.
Oh, yes, okay.
Hey everyone, Jeff Scherer with the Norwalk Tree Alliance. Really no big updates. We're just continuing with our tree planting. We planted a number of trees so far, and Gay and Sarah, we got your emails for a couple of requests that you guys provided. So or a couple of areas down by like Catherine, I believe it was.
Yes.
So thank you for that. We'll get that on the list. And we down by Forder Farm, we had this past weekend, we had an event to paint the shed and kind of help beautify the shed up a little bit, clean it up down by the tree farm. So we painted it a nice green with purple trim. Came out really nice. So I just wanted to applaud Tom and Jennifer for that. We'll do that at our meeting on Thursday. But yeah, other than that, no updates or no additional updates.
You gotta give us a before and after picture of the shed. That needed some paint.
Oh yeah, it needed a lot of love, and we had 2 volunteers and ourselves there, and it came out really nice. So we have before and after. We'll give you that.
Purple trim, huh?
Yeah, it's fun. It looks like a little playhouse, and we cleaned out the inside, organized our tools and everything, and the lock is all set, so we're all back in order and running shape, which is nice.
Great.
So Jeff, just one quick question, for Catherine Street, were you able to secure, the hornbeam column? Is it hornbeam column?
No, not yet. But I have to put the order in. So
Okay, and so you have the way to contact the homeowners and everything?
yeah, so I have to set it up and set up a day to take a look at the space and then stake it. And then once we stake it and everyone's all good, then we'll put the order in. But have yet to do that. So
Great,
we'll be on
thank
it
you.
soon.
Thank you.
Jeff,
And
does
go
Sorry.
ahead, Sarah.
Tree Alliance have a list of species that you guys primarily plant? Because I do get a lot of questions about, other plantings in like backyards, spaces that the city can't plant.
Yeah, I can give you a list from what we can procure.
That's helpful.
Would you send that list to me too, please?
Yeah, of course. I'll reach out to the nursery and get that for you.
And I do know you don't do black walnut, because we kind of went through that before, correct?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's just not, we try to stick to a couple of native species that the nurseries readily source, so that we're not going on a wild goose chase for every single plant, because we don't have that time as a volunteer group. So we try to keep it as streamlined as possible and give as many native species as options as possible. So I'll get you that list.
Thanks,
And
Jeff.
that's not to say that we can't, do one-offs if like it's the right place. But we don't want to do that for every single tree.
It's helpful for us because sometimes people do ask for specific
Yes, I
things.
had it was black walnut word. It's good to know. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
And so not as Norwalk Tree Alliance, I had a question on the trees that were installed over on Grand Street. There's, I think, some hornbeams. I didn't know if the city planted those or if that was Eversource.
That was us, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say we'll have to keep an eye on that because we may not want columnar trees in there, but because it may push into the sidewalk a little bit, but it may work out fine, but we'll just keep an eye on that.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. It was a tough spot, but we had so many requests to try to get some screening from the Eversource lot, so.
Yep. I know that there's a lot more at it than just there's a lot of moving parts, so.
No, but that's a good point of pruning them and keeping
no,
up.
Yeah, Jeff, you're reminding me of I guess, and Paul, over on the bottom of Elmwood Terrace, what's that little neighborhood? I forget what it is. Where we planted hornbeams for street trees. I can't, there used to be a pizza parlor, there's a laundry, it's where the former bus depot was or something. I can't think of this.
Oh, over off of Fairfield Avenue?
I don't want to Google it, but the point.
The bus place was Fairfield Avenue is where it used to be.
I think what happened was the neighborhood planted hornbeams and ginkgos, and over time the hornbeams, because they're a full branch, they prune them up to get them up to like shoulder and neck height, and they look awful. I mean, hornbeams are not conducive to being pruned up or limbed up. So if we're using them for street trees, we have to be careful that doesn't happen because they just look awful. I don't know if they're still there. Yeah, my travels, I'll try to take a look. Yeah, well, that's Fairfield Avenue Bridge, right? As you go around the neighborhood there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you go around over the water side and you come back down around, yeah, there's a little neighborhood in there at the bottom of Elmwood Terrace, yada yada. And I know that the hornbeams just, when they were cut up, they look knobby and awful.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Peter. We'll move on to any other business, anybody?
One of the things I'd like to talk about is this weekend, on Saturday, the 28th, we have the annual touch truck down at the DPW Operations Center from 9 to 12. And I know, Jeff, we'd mentioned it at the last Tree Alliance meeting. I think you guys said that you were going to have a table there. We'll have a tree advisory committee table set up. We've already got a commitment from Olmsted to bring at least one arborvitae tree that they're going to bring, and we're looking to get another tree as we usually do. So if anyone would like to come and join the tree advisory committee table at the open house, they're more than welcome to come and help.
Paul, I'll be there with the NTA. Thank you for that. It'll likely be me, so I'll see you there.
Setup is about 8:30 down at the garage, so.
Okay.
I'm a
Have
little.
you contacted Minuteman Landscaping regarding that, Paul?
Yes,
Are they gonna participate?
we've asked them and talked with them a couple of times. We're having conversations with them to date. So we are hopefully gonna have them attending, so we're optimistic that they will attend.
Yeah, let them know our other contractor is attending and it would be appropriate for them to attend as well.
Yeah, we've talked to them a couple of times, so we're just waiting for confirmation.
Tell them the committee thought it would be a good idea for them to attend. We're advising them to attend.
Advising them to attend. I'm a little thin this year, Paul. It's not gonna work.
Event is 9 to 12.
No, they should attend.
I have two things. Paul, we had talked about adding some additional trees down here in Sono Gardens. Do I need to resubmit the forms for them, or is that still on the list?
Sarah and I can go through and talk about that. I mean, it's down to 15 Madison that we've done before, and that's in one of the areas, so we can take a look at it, yes.
Okay, and
What we'll have to do is make an appointment and walk it to see what you wanna put and where, and then we can go from there.
okay, sounds good. And the other thing, I think my term is up. Do I need to do anything? Do we need to reappoint me? Do I need to be sworn in again?
Yeah, so
Way.
I can email you, Sonia. Cause I think we need to figure out all the reappointments, but I can email you about it and see what.
Okay, all right.
It's a great question.
Yeah, we're aware of it.
Okay.
I don't know if this is other business, but on my way to City Hall this afternoon, I'm looking at those elm trees in front of my favorite Norwalk Inn Conference Center, and they are just pathetic. They have been completely butchered yet again.
Hmm.
Maybe you wanna pay him a visit, but not as a tree advisory committee member, just as a resident in the neighborhood, Peter. But as far as the city, we've talked about this before, we have no jurisdiction on that lot.
Jurisdiction, then it's not worth my time, but they're like a poster
Exactly.
child for what not to do.
Mm.
I mean, they're just pathetic.
But like you said, we have no jurisdiction, but if you as a private citizen and a friend would like to go talk with him, you can, but don't represent yourself as a tree advisory committee member, because as the city, we can't talk about it as private property.
No, without the authority of the city, it's not worth my effort. You know, I'm just Joe.
Might be able to talk to him as a local landscape architect.
Not worth my time, Rich.
All right.
Doing it for years, so what's new? I'm just pointing it out so the advisory committee looks. And just,
Well, I've driven by after they do that. It does look terrible.
We've noticed, but like you said, we have to be careful. We have jurisdiction in city right away and city properties. We don't have jurisdiction on private properties. You're aware of that, Peter,
Jeff
right?
can- Maybe
Oh,
Jeff
I'm
can
aware
go
of
with
it.
you as someone from a not-for-profit in the area. And also a landscape architect.
I mean, I think
Not to volunteer you, Jeff.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I could go, I don't know what we're talking about exactly or where, but, maybe not as a tree alliance, but yeah, as a local person, I don't know. I don't want to start any fights either, so.
No, I actually think they're a lost cause, but I think that if we see it on other properties where you see it first done, that would be the time to bring it up with the individual owners. You know, when you see them first cut.
We could also include, tree pruning rights and wrongs, as part of a newsletter or a teaching class, adult education.
That would be good, definitely.
Well, and that may be part of, you know, having read the August meeting minutes, that we had talked about a luncheon series. So, you know, it would not be something I could necessarily organize, but certainly participate.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then-
Peter, we're pretty welcome to do it probably in the winter though, when construction season kind of calms down, but that was a welcomed idea,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, because right now I'm fairly flat out in the fall season.
But now is when a lot of people prune their trees like that, so.
Yes.
I think now is the appropriate time to address it. Cause then we miss the winter, the window, and we wait till winter, and it's kind of like off everybody's plate at that point in time, you know?
Is there
Wait,
something on
Peter,
the
for
website?
sure.
this on the city
Gabe
website?
put together a brochure for the committee quite a few years ago.
Pruning?
Yes.
Should we update that brochure, do you think? Is it still current?
We've got it, we've been using it and putting it out at some of the events that we've had. I don't know if if anything's really changed.
There's something, Peter.
I'm just wondering if there isn't something on the website about, I don't really go to the city website much, but is there, you know, a menu on pruning no-nos?
I wanna say the website's really
no.
just about tree planting,
Yeah.
but
There was a pruning,
something like a brochure would be like
Good.
really
Put out.
helpful.
not the one that Gabe put
Right,
together.
Peter, do you remember the brochure I put together a while ago?
Yes, I think I probably have a hard copy here somewhere.
Right. So I guess they said it's still current.
Oh, I have
so-
it, yeah.
Okay,
I still
something
have
like
the
that.
copies.
As a gift, if you're going to come and complain, maybe something like a little bit of a gift would help out.
Might help the reception a little bit.
I don't know.
So. Just one of my pet peeves, you know.
Yeah, but as the city, we've got to be careful.
Can be informative. Fortunately, we can't find him for that.
No, not in private property.
Nope, exactly. The ordinance does not cover private property.
It's just silly because given the years that they've been in, they'd be up over the wires by now. And, you know, providing shade, doing what they're supposed to do.
The Arbor Day Foundation has some really nice literature on pruning. We could even just put, for brevity's sake, a link on our website if that's what you were looking to do, Sarah, because I know it's not really like a planting site, but maybe a link would be like a quick, easy kind of thing. And they have really nice, I mean, they're actually Tree City bulletins that are dedicated to pruning. So I'm sure you've gotten them in the mail, Paul. But they're beautiful.
That's a good idea, just as like a quick link, like refer to Arbor Day's guidance for.
Yeah, exactly. Like the authority on, and then it kind of takes us out of the equation.
Can we put pictures of bad pruning and then say, go to the Arbor Day Foundation? Can we have a little library of things that look awful and say, what not to do?
Some signage.
Oh, the mulching, or the volcano
Or
mulching.
just flagging the tree saying, this is awful.
There's general maintenance, like I just mentioned, volcano mulching.
Right, you
Things
don't
like
want
that. The main thing I've been getting for the last 2 months is SLF and what to do about it, and all we can do is kind of refer to the state's guidance, which is report it. And
Yeah, it's becoming quite a,
They've been moving up from Manhattan. I mean, 6 months ago they were all over Manhattan, and now they're here, so they're cruising.
oh, they've been here for a while.
Yeah.
What is this, Ella? Sorry.
Well, more in droves, I think more recently, but
They're saying next year is gonna be horrendous.
We're gonna stamp on them?
yeah, that's
They jump out of the way when you try to
They
get them.
jump very quickly. They're very quick.
They're very
Ah.
quick.
I found them a couple of nights on the car here at the window here at City Hall when we've gone out at the end of the day. They've been on the windshield.
Well, we're creating a situation where we're forcing the evolution of the faster ones. We're gonna kill out all the slow ones. And
We're changing the evolution of fast.
there you
Lantern
go, weeding out those slow genes.
Never looked at it that way. You might be correct. All right, well, if that's it, then I'll thank you for everyone. Happy autumn. We'll call the meeting adjourned.
I had a quick tip on the spotted lanternfly. If you
Oh.
approach them from the front, they jump into your foot. So that's the best way to approach
Hmm.
Oh, really?
them. Yeah.
Well, my luck it'd be my face, but that's okay.
Motion from the front.
And
Okay,
a
I
new
haven't heard that one
therapy.
yet. They
Thank
obviously
you.
have very good peripheral vision, because I try from the side and the back and they jump. Unbelievable.
Uh,
Try the front.
Reg, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sorry I
you're
was
quite
late,
welcome.
guys. Happy autumn as well.
Happy autumn. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone.
Good night, guys.
All right,